Hello people of the VC, it's Andy back for another installment of my 3 random record series. In this series of videos I'm showing my vinyl record collection, 3 records at a time, and these are all the records that I had in my collection prior to making videos on the VC. Um, I'm looking for my subscribers and viewers to help me choose what records I'm showing. So at the end of every episode, I'm asking people to leave a comment down below with a number between 1 and 150, and that will correspond with an index number I've randomly allocated to my records. And then I'll show those in future episodes in this series. Instructions below in the description, and the numbers that have already been chosen are there as well. If you're unsure, check back at some of the earlier videos, and you can see it's pretty straightforward. But I'm going to dive straight into the records this time around. So first up, this was number 4 in index number 4, and was selected by Blackmore Rules. I think it's the second time that he's got involved in this, so thanks Greg for stumping up my number, and that corresponds to Van Halen, Fair Warning. So this is, I think it's their 4th album. It's from 1981, that's for sure. I bought this, actually this was one of the first, in the first batch of records I bought when I just bought my turntable and started buying records again. I wasn't familiar with it, but one of the things that drew me to it, and I'm not a big Van Halen fan. I don't mind them, but I don't really go about and look for their stuff and buy any of their records. But I heard that this was a little bit different, a little bit grittier, a bit darker, a bit heavier. But to me, when I hear it, it still sounds fairly, happy clappy Van Halen. Nothing wrong with it, but not an album I play a lot or a great deal, and it comes down to things like these random pulls where I actually listen to it. I don't mind it, but to me it's not that memorable. On the sleeve, this is a UK pressing, or is it? No, it looks like it's a German pressing, so European pressing on Warner Brothers. That there. So thanks for that, Greg. Check out Greg's channel if you've not seen it. I'll leave a link below. Next up, from a member of the VC that everybody knows. Again, I think this is the second time that I've shown. He's given me a number and I've shown it, and that's Scott Waters. So Scott, you gave me you selected number 3, and that is Testament, the New Order. So this is Testament's second album from 1988. This is a UK pressing. I did show, well, I kind of showed this album a few weeks back when I picked up a second copy that I ended up sending out as VCLT, which was an American pressing. But this is the copy I picked up off Discogs back in June 2015. Let's just show you this. So comes with the original inner band and thank yous and the lyrics. This is on Megaforce on plain black vinyl. There we go. Now, as Testament albums go, and I love Testament, but this is the album I'm probably least familiar with for some reason, and I have no real explanation for it. But this is probably the album of theirs that I've played the least, which is surprising, as it's got a couple of my favourite Testament tunes on, and Trial by Fire and Into the Pit. I really like those songs a lot. So it's one I really need to play more. So there we go, Testament, the New Order. So thanks for that, Scott. And finally, I wasn't through these today. Number 150, another YouTuber, doesn't actually show any videos, but he comments on a fair number of videos, is Nate Kicks 150. And that corresponds to the soundtrack from the Trick or Treat movie from 1986 by Fastway. The album's also from 1986, of course. This is a UK pressing. This is one of my original 80s collections, so I don't have exact details of when I purchased it or where I purchased it from, but chances are it was either from Spillers Records or HMV in Cardiff, where I was at the time. I really like this album. I love the movie. So 86, I was 15 years old. I rented the movie so many times. It would have been cheaper for me to buy it, but I kept renting the movie and watching it through school holidays. And it's not a great movie, to be honest with you. It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen it, look for Trick or Treat on YouTube. There's a slightly grainy but a watchable version of the film on there. I watched it again recently, probably sometime last year, just because I hadn't seen it for 20 odd years. And it is a bad movie, but it's fun. I mean, there's a great music, obviously. Trick or Treat, the title track, Don't Stop the Fight, Tear Down the Walls. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I love this movie, but now the plot is so wafer thin, as you can imagine. I mean, it's supposed to be about a guy, school kid, who's he's victimized at school. He's one of the only kids into heavy metal and rock music, and the world's against him. He gets bullied. He brings back Sammy Kerr, devil worshipping ex rock star, to wreak havoc and revenge on his school and the people bullying him. But the end of the movie is all about the main end of year or end of term or whatever it is, school concert. And considering nobody else in the school likes rock music, they've got a metal band, and everyone loves it. So it's as I say, the plot's wafer thin, but I love this as a kid, and I've got a lot of time for this album, a lot of sentimental value. So if you haven't, I mean, I actually haven't got any. I don't think I've actually got anything else by Fastway. I'd love to hear some more of their stuff. So if you recommend any of their other albums I should check out, then please leave a comment below. So we have it. Record number 3 today. Fastway, a soundtrack from A Trick or Treat. Well, this film actually also has Ozzy playing a preacher who's against heavy metal music, which is quite amusing, and Gene Simmons playing Nuke, rock music radio DJ. Anyway, that's it. That's my 3 random records for today. If you want to get involved, leave a number below. If I get more numbers, if I get more than 3 numbers in the comments below, I'll just carry them forward. I'll let you know when you left a comment which episode you can expect to see your number in. I think I've got 3 lined up for number 7 in this series already, but looking for numbers for number 8. So please get involved. This won't work if I don't get the numbers from you. Yeah, I'd like to thank all the new subscribers. Had quite a jump in the last a week or two. So thanks very much for watching and subscribing. And I'll be back pretty soon for another 80s metal update. Until then, thanks for watching. See you soon.